Welcome to Week 7, Jumpstart Emerging Technologies. Here are the objectives. We're going to outline the history of technology development and informatics and applications, describe some of the state-of-the-art technologies of today, predict the evolution of technology and its impact on knowledge generation in nursing. We envision a future with a high degree of continuing technological development and a general worldwide economic growth, and an absence of some of the possibilities that might bring much of our global infrastructure coming crashing down around our ears. Visions of societies of the future, both utopias and dystopias, have been produced by many people. The future will be on us more rapidly than many expect, and of nursing informaticians, we need to be at least aware of, if not directly involved in determining the many new emerging technology and the possibilities for use within their domains of interest and practice. From the early 1900s through the 1950s, a number of the hardware developments emerged with respect to computing, like Colossus, Mark I, Electronic Numerical Integer and Computer ENIAC, and Universal Automatic Computer UNIVAC. Technology applications exploded in the 1990s with the advent of increasingly sophisticated hardware, software, cheaper memory and speed, and the decreased cost of digital computer technology. This shift of information access, acquisition, and interpretation for both provider and patient may result in overload in terms of content and comprehension. Managing this overload will increasingly consume both provider and patients. How this issue will be managed is of great concern, whether by increased use of technology or regression away from technology. Computerized decision support system, wireless speech recognition, and touchscreen triage support system in emergency departments in Taiwan, nurse-managed telehealth services in the United Kingdom, dermatology clinics, use of open source software for development, web-based informatics, education, Germany, nurse-led development of a personal health record system in the United States, demonstrates use of wireless biomedical sensors for invasive monitoring in Norway. So these are all examples of some of the technology that we have today. Among the key issues that emerge from the discussions that are important for the international nursing informatics community to explore in coming years were: 1, the development of the concept and a possible model of the U-nursing, which as well as having implications for the practice of nursing, also have profound implications for all aspects of the education and continuing personal development of nurses. 2, the role of the nurse changing to become more of a knowledge profession, working in partnership with the patients and their other caregivers. And 3, the continual growth of patient informatics, perhaps as a growth and evolution of the current concept of the consumer health informatics, and with the increasing centrality of the patient as the controlling force in the whole enterprise. And lastly, the vast impact that genomics will have on aspects of life, in particular health care. Some emerging technologies and other issues that impact nursing and healthcare includes clinical decision support systems, nanotechnology, beyond Web 2.0, e-portfolios, and communities of practice. As described here, Wegner defines community of practice as communities of practice that are groups of people who share a concern or a passion for something they do and learn how to do it better as they interact regularly. Nursing is a profession that particularly suited to the development of the communities of practice, especially in light of the new knowledge generated and disseminated every day. The many nurses listserv are evidence of the growing practice of sharing knowledge in a community of practice. Caring, a nursing informatics organization, has a very active listserv where members post questions to other members and request information and experience related to informatics. Another Example of this would be the American Nursing Informatics Association. They also share information back and forth. An e-portfolio for professional development includes to support professional networking and involves a predetermined and focused purpose, fosters better communication between oneself and a mentor, and lastly, establish how what nursing is doing fits into the goals of the institution or perhaps an institution for which the individual would like to work. A professional e-portfolio is evidence-based and uses this evidence to make a case that highlights one's capability to not only perform but also grow and develop professionally within one's chosen field. 4 steps involved in developing an e-portfolio are recursive in nature in that during the process one can backtrack to fill in missing pieces or reevaluate earlier decisions that were made. The 4 steps in the e-portfolio includes collect, select, reflect, and connect. The kind of computer interface used in the film Minority Report, which had no mouse, no keyboard, just gesture-based interactions with virtual images projected into a vertical space at head height. The ubiquity of the computational devices to the extent that conversation and discussion on the devices will disappear from everyday social action. The technology will be transparent or invisible. The ability to access information when and where we want it, irrespective of modality, thereby maximizing mobility and other personal resources. This may lead to cell phones becoming the main avenue of access for more than just text message, speech, and video clips, or Facebooking. Knowledge acquisition and utilization will then become ubiquitous and pervasive. New work roles will emerge to cope with this new and different technology. What kind of technology do you wish to have? This summary slide highlights what this whole presentation is about, but I'd like to hear your thoughts on what you think will happen in the next few years or what you're hoping to bring out of this class.